our spirit? What is it? Where does it go? Are we able to see them using our mind's eye? If so, just what can spirit teach us? Welcome to School Through Spirit. Host DeEtte Renee is a certified psychic medium and master teacher of psychic and mediumship development through LWISSD. DeEtte was born knowing spirit and now is here to help you better understand the spirit world. And now your host, DeEtte Renee.
Good Monday morning, everybody. This is DeEtte here on School Through Spirit with the Edge Network, coming to you every Monday morning to try to enlighten people's lives through words from Spirit. Give us some lessons, give us some things to work on, all those wonderful things. As we all know, I do start the morning with a little bit of Neil Donald Walsh, and then we end with a 5-card stud. Good morning, Tim. Good morning, Keith. And we got a granddaughter homesick. Who's going to be interrupting all day? And I'm sorry for that.
Never mind, I figured it out.
Okay.
But it won't fit in.
You ain't got no pants on. You got panties and a shirt on. Okay. Let me see it. So, guys, and today's cards for 5-card stud is going to be, it's Kuan Yin today. It's Kuan Yin today. Here we go. Kuan Yin Oracle, sorry for that delay, guys, but Kuan Yin Oracle are our cards today. These are created by Anna. Oh, I know, me too. She doesn't like to miss school. These are created by Alana Fairchild. There is a 44 cards and guidebook. So, and the publisher for this is Blue Angel. So we're gonna bring these out today and talk about them and see what's going on with life with that, guys. I love this. So a little bit of Neil, a little bit of Neil. Let's get that back. Let's get comfortable here. Okay. It's a long weekend, guys. Sorry, the hair's a little fuzzy. Just got blow dried, nothing else today. Oh, short but sweet. Look at that. Short but sweet. Let's see what this has to say. It says, enjoy the experience of becoming. The game would be over if you remembered everything. You came here for a particular reason, and your divine purpose would be thwarted if you understood how everything is put together. Some things will always remain a mystery at this level of consciousness, and it is right that they should. So do not try to solve all the mysteries. They will unfold itself in due course. And I will tell you what, I love that. If nothing else, for the fact that this is what I've been thinking about for days. And it's like, wow, it always blows my mind. When I look at this, let's look at the small. Let's look at the small and kind of move to a bigger picture. So a smaller picture to a bigger picture here. And when we're looking at the smaller picture, this is knowing everything that's going on around you. And really in today's technology, when we have got everybody or almost everybody with cameras and videos at hand and taking pictures and video, quote unquote, proof and all this stuff. I mean, it's you know what I'm talking about, because it's everywhere, it's anywhere. It's really mind-boggling because somebody will take a picture of something right now, like a snippet of something, and say, oh my God, I've seen this and I took a picture and there's my proof. But they really don't know what's going on behind the scenes. They have no clue. Why? Because they're not a part of it. They're not privy to that information, nor have they gone over to anybody and talked about the information. They're just getting a snapshot. And this is something that's on the small spectrum. This is really on the small spectrum because so often we think, because what we see with our eyes or the little bit we hear with our ears, we think that is a whole story, but it's not. It's not even close to a whole story. You know, when I teach people, I tell them to go to Walmart. Walmart. I'm using the thing because we're no strangers to knowing that all over. Oh my God! See, I just opened and closed for next week. This is next week, guys. Lots of reading. I teach people to go to Walmart, and the reason why I teach them to go to Walmart is because I want them to go and just kind of sit there in the energy of other people. And I want them to watch other people because, as we all know, Walmart is so publicized for their videos of how people are acting and or dressing at Walmart. And just because somebody is dressed a certain way doesn't mean anything. So I literally have I have my students go to Walmart and just feel what what it is, because you can have the absolute best dress put together woman in a business suit and some heels and blah, blah, blah. And really, it's how she likes to dress, but it has nothing to do with her financial status, where she lives, what she does. I mean, for all you know, she's just a really elaborately dressed drug dealer. You know what I mean? You never know. I also tell people to look at the person they feel maybe isn't the best dressed, maybe the person that's in their pajamas, and feel what they're about. That person might be running really quick because kids are homesick. That person might have just had a fire, literally just had a fire and lost everything. And that's what was donated to them. We don't know because, again, there's a much bigger picture. There always is. And people don't realize that. We want to sit back and go, hey, we want to be prejudgmental, going, God, look at that person. What's this? What's that? You can see, I've seen situations where people are places like, say, dancing, maybe at a bar, maybe at a wedding, maybe someplace, and they're dancing, having a great time. And somebody comes up behind them and grabs them, like wraps their arms around them and as just a, hey, how you doing, blah, blah, blah. And somebody takes a picture and goes off and says, oh my God, I've seen them cheating. They don't see the story. They didn't see, they didn't see the beforehand of somebody coming up, say, hey, how you doing? They don't know the relationship. They don't know anything that was said or done. They're just going on what they first see. And that's the smallest thing. That's the thing I think everybody can kind of wrap their head around, where they've been in a situation which is a misunderstanding, or somebody else kind of starting a rumor based on what they've seen or heard and not the truth of it because they didn't know the whole. Okay. And that's a small. So let's start looking a little bit at the larger. Okay. What's the larger picture? Really, what's going on in this earth? What's the larger picture? It's that. What's going on with your soul? And when we look at that, now I know we have a lot of devastation going on right now. Oh my gosh, California is literally burning again. And it's this time it's not taking out just woods, it's taking out homes and lives. And it's so destructive. And this morning, Japan, I woke up to see Japan had another very large earthquake that is triggering a warning for a tsunami to possibly come in. Lots of devastation going on. And I know you're all saying, don't you say everything happens for a reason. I'm not saying everything happens for a reason, but what I am saying is that when you see a larger scope of things from an outside view, and it's from the view of heaven, when you see it from that view, when you see the whole entire picture of something, which we're not privy to why we're here. We don't know why we're here, what's going on, or why it's going on. We're clueless. We're not supposed to know. We're not. And I know everybody's like, oh my gosh, it'd be easier if I know, if I just look at my own life and I go, oh my God, my life, people that know a little bit about my life have said, oh my God, yeah, you need to write a book about that. Holy crap. Nobody would believe everything that's happened. Probably so. And there was a time that I would sit there and go, oh my God, woe is me and poor me. And it happens to me and all this stuff about me. And just life sucked. And I really looked at life in that aspect all the time, because it was just like, this is the cards I got dealt and I'm screwed. And there was no way out. And then I started this journey of soul, and I started this journey of myself. And I started to see my life in a different aspect, because I went, whoa, wait a second. I've had all these things happen in my life, which I used to view as bad. Now I look at as incredible, because I cannot tell you how many people have come to me for assistance with maybe a reading and guidance, or to hold them, or to help them through a struggle in their life. And my life resembles theirs, or I have that in my life, that I have this knowledge because I've experienced it. And now I can help them. Now they don't need to know what has gone on in my life. I don't need to say, hey, this is how I understand you. This is why I get it. It's enough that I show up and I'm there. But it also helps me to look at my life and go, wait a second. If I had not had the life I had, there's no way I would have the experience I have. There's no way I would have the growth I have. And there's no way I could help somebody else. Now, I know people are always going to look at it and say, but if you knew the reason behind everything, you could have been able to kind of navigate and blah, blah, blah. I would have navigated away from everything. Who is ever consciously going to put themselves through some crap? Who is ever going to put themselves through the dog night of can't even, I went to say it and it spit out. But who's going to put themselves through some really dark experiences? Nobody is going to choose that while you're in the body. Nobody's going to say, oh my God, yes, give me cancer again. Oh yes, give me that flu. Oh yes, take all my money away. Nobody is going to choose consciously on this earth to have that done. Nobody. We would be fools to say, give me more pain. Let's be honest about this. But we do it in the soul format. We do it in the soul format. And when I say in the soul format, this is before you come. You literally say, I want to have experiences. Now, we've gone through this before, guys, and we'll just kind of touch on it again. But, the soul before it comes here, the reason why we come to this earth or we come to a different planet, and yes, there's multiple planets, why we come is because we want to experience things. This soul knows love. It knows pure love. It knows nothing but the purest form of love and caring and compassion. That's it. It doesn't know destruction. It doesn't know all the different aspects of love. It doesn't understand hate. It doesn't understand so much. And what we have to, my whole world just got dizzy. I talked so much, I forgot to breathe again, guys. So what happens is before the soul comes, it gets together a whole plan. What do I want to experience? Now, if anybody listened to the special interview last Tuesday, you would have had a little glimpse of that. By the way, that was with Heather Rowan Robbins, an amazing astrologer. Oh my gosh, blew my mind away. But I specifically asked her, can you tell us somebody's past life based on their astrology? Because I really wanted to know if that could help us. Could that help us cheat a little bit in this lifetime to see a little bit more? And she said, no, she can see a little bit of the last situations. A little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. And I went, okay, I'll take that. And she said, for instance, in your chart, in my chart, she's seen that in my past life, I was a leader of some sort. Could have been the Queen of Egypt, could have been the governor of, of a state. Who knows?
Mommy, do you still have the butter knife in here?
Look up on the dresser, baby girl.
I need this piece removed.
Okay.
This little chunk right here, over here.
Okay. And I went to her. I literally went, okay. She said that, you know what, I was this major leader, this leader, as somebody that everybody came over, or everybody came to me for everything. That was very giving and kind and loving and all these wonderful things. And I went, oh, that's super cool. That would explain my want to help people and all that wonderful stuff in this lifetime. I went, that's pretty cool. I get that. But then she went on to tell me, if anybody listened, that I was such a leader and pulled at from so many different directions, or gave so much, whatever it is, who knows. She said, in this lifetime, it is in my charts. It's not done yet, honey. That I just wanted to be left alone. I just wanted to be left alone. I wanted to go into hiding, per se. I wanted to go, I got to take a lot of it apart, honey. I don't want, Evelyn, give me a second. I wanted to be left alone. I wanted to go into hiding. I essentially wanted to break. Is what she said I wanted. I just wanted to break. And I went, okay. And she even said, it shows right here in my chart that I actually designed havoc to be in my life. I designed in my chart before I came situations. Oh my gosh, I'm dropping things everywhere. Situations that would pull literally my parents away from me right after birth so that I could just be left alone because I needed some good old-fashioned peace and quiet. And you know what? We're not going to talk about my life so much here, Adeline. But I was blown away because I wasn't in foster care or anything like that. But my mom literally had to go to working, a big job on second shift, and my dad really wasn't around ever. And wow, yeah, literally since shortly after birth, a lot going on, and I created a life to where I was either at babysitters, and the babysitters were just kind of sit over there, do whatever you want type of people. And by the time I was in third grade, I was taking care of myself at night and alone every night. And I thought, wow, that's incredible. Well, then it brought me further along into my life, and it made me think about my whole life. And for the last 5 or 6 years, I've struggled with wanting to be seen. I've struggled with going, why am I doing the work, but I'm not being noticed? And I heard I was hiding in plain sight. And I went, okay, what's that? So I've been picking up pieces. And I thought, well, that's pretty incredible. That makes sense. I want to be seen. I want to help. I want to do all these things. But yet, no matter what I do, there always seems to be that little thing there that stops me. Now, this weekend, I got another piece of the puzzle. And I had to smile. And I literally went, of course. Because a gentleman by the name of Danny is, I've got one manager and a promoter. And my promoter is Danny. And Danny has done an exceptional job at promoting me because I thought, okay, to get seen, I'm just going to hire a promoter. So I did it. And he's amazing. Oh my God, he's got my stuff everywhere. And he seen me this weekend. He goes, I needed to update you. I said, what do you need to update me on, Danny? He goes, you have had over 24,000 clicks onto your website. They're all over your website. And I looked at him, I said, but not one person has booked. He goes, yeah, it's like they don't see that part. Wow. Hold the horses. And that made me think to literally 4 days earlier when I had the small glimpse of a reading with Heather, who I encourage people to read, book with because she's awesome. And went, wow. That explains so much of my life. That just, wow. Do I need to know? And I needed to know that information at a time it was time for me to know it. If you had given me that information 5 years ago, it would have meant nothing to me. It would not have helped me. It would have gone in one ear and out the other ear. Why? Because it wasn't time for me to learn it. It wasn't time for me to understand it. It wasn't time for me to get it. I wasn't supposed to know the big picture yet, or that many pieces of it yet. Now, we never get to know the full picture. We never get to sit back and have them just drop it in the manual in our laps and we start to push through it. That's not what we're supposed to do. What we're supposed to do is get snippets here and there. And I got one snippet. But it helped me to make sense of so much. And it also helps me to understand something else in my life to work on, to be able to release, to let go of. Because yes, in this lifetime, apparently I wanted to come in strong and go, oh my gosh, I just want to hide. I don't want anybody to look at me and say, please tell me, or please show me, or please lead me. And literally over the last 5 or 6 years, I've been walking back into it going, I'm ready. I've had my break. I feel rested. I'm ready to do this. I feel alive. And finally, a little over a week ago, I felt alive, like I was ready to jump back into life. And she also gave me another piece of information and said, yeah, it's because the planet Pluto has finally gone out of this one particular sign of yours 2 days ago. This is why you feel awake. This is why you feel alive. This is why you're ready to go. I got another piece of that picture, that bigger picture. If I'd known all this stuff way back when, if I was told, if I came at birth with a manual that says, DeEtte, in this lifetime, you really just want to sit back and do nothing. You want to hide in a cave and just be left alone from everybody and anybody. You cannot handle the public anymore. It's too much. You need a break. It's been, last lifetime was wowsy. So busy. You know what I probably would have done? I probably, as soon as I could have, would have crawled in a hole, became homeless in some desert, learning how to live off the land. Not a bad thing. Not saying this is a bad thing, but away from everybody and any situation, and would not have had the incredible life I've had. I would have had a different life, but it would not have had a life of growth. It would not have been a life of growth. And that's the difference, is because you can come into a life with a whole lot of predestined things that are going to happen no matter what. But because you don't know the bigger picture, we try to overcome those. We try to not know that. And because I did not know this one piece, I have been striving and pushing and struggling. But through all that, it's given me strength of soul. It's given me strength of character. It's given me an understanding. It's placed me in situations because, quite frankly, when I'm in that place that I want to be left alone and I'm very quiet, it's probably the time I listen the most, not just to things around me, but to my soul. So in this lifetime, because of what I placed on myself, I've also gotten a ton of time to listen to this and to listen to my higher self, and a ton of growth and a ton more understanding that maybe I didn't get the last lifetime. Because I will tell you what, the problem with being the leader of anything is you never hear the truth of everything below you. I used to say that all the time when I was a nurse. Thank God for my aides, all those beautiful CNAs, because I don't have the time to sit with somebody for a half an hour while I'm getting them ready to talk to them about everything. Nurse never has that time. The aide does, because that's their job. The person lowest on the totem pole is the person that's going to know the bigger picture. We always think it's the bigger guy. It's not. It's the lowest guy. But we have to count on those people that are a couple of steps down on that little thing to inform the leader, to get that bigger picture, to have a bigger understanding. And a good leader is going to take the time to sit down with them and say, hey, let's have a chat. Let's talk. Let's find out. And I think in this lifetime, that's something I've been learning and not understanding. That was probably one of the things I put on my docket to learn, was to sit back and listen and understand, see a bigger picture. And again, if I'd known the bigger picture, these are things I would not have taken the time to see or understand. Because I went, oh, okay. I'm going to go hide in a cave. Now, we all do that. It's not just me, it's everybody. We all come in with this beautiful life contract. And this life contract has the major events in your life that are going to happen. The major life events. Things that are going to happen for either your soul growth, to understand your soul, or to place you someplace else so you can continue your growth. Now I'm going to bring up, it's a fire. It's not the ones happening out in California, but it was just before Christmas in my own community. Just before Christmas. And I knew about this fire because, we don't have a lot of fires where I live. So when you have a house that's totally gone, you know what I mean? You hear about it. But most people are not fortunate enough to actually meet the people that have the fire. And me and my grandbabies were at literally a five below in my town. And we were standing behind this lady and her children, and they were getting all kinds of little things. And I thought, that's peculiar. And I didn't say anything to her, and she just turned around. And these people were dressed basically in pajama pants and tops, and nothing matched. And I mean, we're talking like they jumped in their closet completely in the dark and threw some stuff on, is what it appeared to be. One of those Wally Mart people you see on video. And I went, oh, that's curious. And I just kind of left it alone. And I looked at her and said, God, I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas, because, it was a long line. She goes, you too. She goes, ours is turning out a lot better than I thought it was going to be. And I said, well, why is that? And she goes, I don't know if you heard about that fire in town. She goes, the one that took out the house and displaced family. I said, yeah, I heard about it. It's really devastating. It was like not even a week ago. She goes, yeah, it was ours. I went, oh my gosh, I am so sorry. She goes, we were too. She goes, we lost everything. She goes, including their animals died. And I went, oh my God. She goes, the family's okay. We got out, but it went so fast. They couldn't even grab anything, like a phone and set of car keys, and that was it. They had to get out, and they literally had nothing but the clothes on their back. And she said the first thing that happened was a generous outpouring of the community to help. And she was blown away. But then this happened. She looked at her children, who were, mid-teens, early teens, and said, you know what? This year, we're in a hotel for Christmas, and presents would be great for each of us because we all need that. But we have no place to put it. They were a little down. She goes, so what do you think about going out and getting gifts for kids in our neighborhood, people in our neighborhood, and helping them with Christmas? And the kids got super excited. Now, this is a family that literally had everything stripped from them. Everything stripped. And through the donations that people sent, these were the clothes on their back. Literally jammy pants and a pair of shoes and mismatched this and that. And most people go, oh my God, what the heck? Why are you dressed like that in public? Out at the Five Below, trying to get trinkets and neat things to make little baskets for people in their neighborhood. And I thought, wow, that is so incredible. And I thought to myself, wow, she is teaching her children a beautiful, valuable lesson, a life experience that's going to forever change who they are in their lives. All because their house burnt. Because they went to nothing. Something she probably would never have thought of if they were waking up Christmas morning with all the gifts under the tree. Instead, she chose to do something else. And it made me stop and think and go, wow, I wonder if she pre-planned that fire or something devastating for some experiences. We'll never know, will we? Not until we get to go home. Not until this body ceases to work anymore and we get to go home will we understand the truth of what is going on. But for now, when you don't have a manual, I want you to take those moments. I want you to think. I want you to experience life. And know that when it's time, you'll get a little nugget of that bigger picture to help you along your way. With all that being said, guys, we're going to take a quick station break. And when we get back, we're going to do our 5-card stud. See you in a few.
Presented.
Explore your higher consciousness with the Edge Media Platform. We're a multimedia platform dedicated to connecting curious teachers and seekers in a safe, welcoming space. Dive into spiritual growth with our print magazine, digital content, podcasts, and in-person experiences. Whether you're seeking wisdom or sharing it, we're here to inspire and uplift your journey, here, there, and everywhere. Connect with us today. Are you ready to elevate your spiritual journey and embrace transformation? Our celestial guided pennants are powerful tools designed to support your spiritual growth. Infused with tensor technology and the energy of crystals, these pennants help you release what no longer serves you and opens the doors to new beginnings. Explore our angelic armor collection today at energiesofservice.com and find the pennant that resonates with you. Transform your journey. Embrace the power of angelic armor today.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back. This little Miss Ed, she's not feeling the best, guys. Keith said, hope you feel better soon, by the way. He's seen you. He's seen the first time you were up and said, feel better soon, sending love.
Thanks, Keith.
Yeah, she woke up.
Felt so weak. I never asked for water in the morning.
And you needed water, huh? You needed water and your body hurt all over, huh? So we're just
And I almost had a fever. I had 99.
You did have a fever. You had 100.1 this morning when you first woke up.
Yeah, and I was super mad.
Yeah.
I didn't even skip school.
So, but we're on the mend. We're gonna lay low today and see if we feel better. But since she's here, she's gonna be doing the card pull this week and next week, guys.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Next week is my nanny's birthday.
It is. Next Monday.
Next Monday.
And you got the day off of school. Do you know why you have the day off of school? No. You have the day off of school because of 2 reasons.
Why?
One, this is the reason why you have the day off. It's because it is
It's
Martin Luther King Day. Get up on the edge, not on my leg. You're hurt. There we go. It is Martin Luther King Day, a gentleman that we celebrate for doing a whole lot of amazing things with freedom and awareness. But it's also the inauguration of our president, which means the man that the United States chose to put in presidency, Mr. Donald Trump, is going to say his oath to be in the presidency on my birthday. And they do that every 4 years. It doesn't matter who they elect president. On my birthday, they have a whole ceremony at the White House. And he puts his hand out and he swears an oath to defend and lead our country.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool, huh?
Are we going this year?
No.
We're staying home?
Yes. Because we got radio to do. Okay, so guys, 5-card stud is the Kuan Yin Oracle. Can you say Kuan Yin?
Kuan Yin Oracle.
Perfect. It's a Kuan Yin radiant with divine compassion. Now, Kuan Yin is an ascended master. If nobody knew that, she is an ascended master of compassion. It is stated that she decided to ascend, but stay around with us for compassion, because she said she was not going to leave this earth until everybody basically was receiving compassion. So this says the 44 cards in this deck guide you to place of inner peace and beauty. Her energy reaches out to you from each card. The messages inspired by her presence and guiding voice contain her wisdom to help us live a loving and enlightened life. This is practical, spiritual, enlightened life that is practical, spiritual, and positive. The guidance in the messages and the practical exercises for each card nourishes you on your spiritual path, help you realize that you are a divine soul, and learn to love, trust, and live your highest destiny this lifetime. May your heart be opened and touched by her grace. May you realize her beauty and it is a mirror of your own divine soul. Blessings to you, beloved one. Ooh, that's pretty good write-up,
There
huh?
was something that was supposed to happen today at school, and I forgot what it was, but I'm missing a fun thing at school.
You are. That's no fun, huh? Nothing in the box. Neither side. But it's a pretty pink. I like pink. Okay, here's our book. Oh, that's a beautiful picture. Look at that. Look at the artistry. I'm loving the artistry. And the reveal. Small black and white pictures. We all know that's one of my things. I wish all books would have the big, colorful pictures. I get it. They're saving money. They're thinking it's more about the words because it's a book. But it can be dual used. And I love that aspect when it is. So, but it does seem to have a lot of writings in it. It says, like this card has, I know you don't. This has a little bit of a write-up on the card. It has a lot of write-up. And then healing and weaving your golden future. So it's got in a prayer to weave the golden future. So the golden future is this particular card. So basically it has a few different sections. You want to go lay down and start doing this?
I'll do 3 of the 5 cards.
Perfect. Okay. Is your belly again?
No, like my neck.
Oh, the aches and pains, huh?
I feel weak.
Yeah, aches and pains and weeks, and I get that. So with 5 cards tied, guys, if you're just joining us now, if you've never been here before, 5 card stud is we do highlight a new deck every week. Why? Because that way you don't have to go out and just buy a deck willy-nilly. A lot of times that's what we do because we see we see the back. We see literally the back. This is what we see. It tells us a little bit, but you really don't get to experience the cards. You don't get to go, oh my God, I truly love the imagery. I see this, I see that.
If we put that little pink thing on the screen, let it show.
Show what?
On the thing.
What? Put it wherever you want. Just don't click nothing. There you go. It doesn't show up there. It just shows to us. So guys, with 5 cards tied, you're going to pick a card 1 through 5. We're gonna pull cards. Addie pulls the cards for me. And then I am going to talk about each card. If she has a little bit of insight, she throws her insight in because she's really good at this.
I've been doing this since I was 4.
Yeah. You can pick 1 card, 2 cards, many cards, all the cards. You can wait till the very end after I talk about all the individual cards and their meanings. You can wait for how the reading goes together, and we put it all together. So there you go. I'm going to pull the first card up. Addie can go after that. Many Hands of the Goddess. Ooh, Many Hands of the Goddess. I'm thinking this, we might have to look into the book a little bit, but Many Hands of the Goddess. Now, I have a feeling I know what that means, but I'm not positive. I'm not sure that's exactly what she means, okay? And I don't want to mess this up. Okay, it says the goddess Kuan Yin brings blessings to multiple projects and many different parts of your life and consciousness, beloved. She is not limited to one task at a time. Do not be afraid to surrender into her guiding wisdom and creative genius now, for there is much you have accomplished together. She just wants to assist you. Now, it's actually stating that we normally focus on one project at a time, seeing it through to completion, then tend to the next one. Sometimes our attention might be stretched across numerous projects, especially if you have a lot of natural creative energy at your disposal. You may worry that you are being stretched beyond your capacity to be productive, that your creative energy is being dissipated by flipping from one project to another, and that you will not complete anything. It is basically saying, stop worrying. Stop worrying about it. Just do it. And that's what this card's about, because this card is saying, oh my God, I've got so much I need to get done. I have so much all over my life. Okay. I don't know if, you want to go lay down? Okay, go lay down. Tell everybody bye.
Bye.
Say you'll be back next Monday.
Yeah, I'll be back next Monday once I feel better.
Okay, go lay down, baby girl. So basically, this is what this is saying is she's just laying down right there, so I can still see her. But this card number 1, what? Go ahead.
I need help.
I can't help you. Just pull them down. So basically, this card is saying that you've got a lot of things going on. You are all over the place. You are running rampant. You feel like, oh my gosh, I'm never going to get all this done because your brain's all over the place. This is basically saying that Kuan Yin or somebody, don't worry, you are okay. You can do this. It might seem like a lot. Realize that you are not constantly doing it all at one time. You're focusing a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit everywhere. Okay. But you're getting everything done. And I know the whole status quo is always like, oh my God, just stop, do one thing, get that one thing done, and then go on to the next. But necessarily, we can't do that. So with this card, it's saying, don't worry, don't fret. You are okay. It's all going to happen. It's all going to be done. Realize that when you need to focus on one thing, you can, and then you'll focus on the next thing. But everything is going to happen in a beautiful way for it all to come to completion. Okay? You're doing good. Card number 2, Gates of Heaven. Gates of Heaven. Oh my gosh. Look at how gorgeous that is. Oh my gosh. I love that. So Gates of Heaven. What is card number 12 mean for us? Gates of Heaven. All beings have an ultimate spiritual destiny of happiness and freedom. Beloved Kuan Yin shines tireless compassion upon all life to this end. Yet sometimes attachments, lower vibrational beings, entities, and elementals become frightened of divine love and believe they will do better to hide in human energy fields instead. This blocks progress towards liberation, where human beings and lower vibrational beings can pass through the gates of heaven into peace, bliss, becoming the spiritual source of love. Sometimes we need help. Sometimes we need to help beings find their way to the light. They can get attached to earthly energies, people, places, and things. Like trying to enter a forbidden city, they attempt to reside where they should not, within the light of the human energy field, rather than progressing spiritually on their journey through the gates of heaven into a higher consciousness of bliss. Sometimes this happens because through the journey can occur to the consciousness of lower vibrational beings. It doesn't seem possible. Yeah, it just keeps talking about that. But what I'm getting in my mind, it says this oracle is also a message that is benefit to calling back to yourself parts of you that you are leaving any part of you attached to another's energy field or fear. Now, what this is saying basically, guys, is we're jumping into my world with this card, okay? If you picked card number 2, you feel kind of drained. You feel like, you're spread out, like parts of you are not there. You can't figure out how you can't get past this obstacle. You're really kind of struggling with this. Now, if you're not in the woo-woo world, hold on with me. This is gonna be a bumpy ride here. But if you are, you're going to understand this. What it is you have literally, this is not just you. This is not you going, oh my God, I'm just being lazy. Oh my gosh, I can't get my head out of bed. Oh my gosh, I can't get stuff done. This is literally parts of you, your energy, parts of you you've kind of dispelled them other places. You kind of sent them here, there, everywhere. In the process, you've lowered your own vibrational rate. You've really lowered yourself and allowed yourself to get into a place that you don't need to be. So this is saying to take a moment. Oh my God, my throat chakra just shut down. This card is saying, hey, you need to stop. You need to take a moment. You need to take inventory of yourself and your energy. Okay. You have really strung yourself out. You are feeling just exhausted, can't go, don't know how you're going to get through someplace, can't see a divine path in front of you that seems to be clear, a little less bumpy. So this is saying you need to take a step back, take a moment, take the time to look around, call in your energy from other places, call it in, just consciously go, you know what? I'm calling all the pieces of me back that I have left every place else. I'm bringing those pieces back to me. And as those pieces come back to me, the negative energy that is attached to me, I'm going to let that go, and that can go on its merry way. I'm going to leave it with love and light, and hopefully it finds its way, but I'm going to send that on its way. And then allow yourself, take some deep breaths and allow yourself to come back up, because this card is saying, really, I hate to say it, but this is kind of like a you did it to yourself type of thing. Card number 3 is Sacred River Yangtze. River Yangtze. See, this is one you need to kind of look at the book for, guys. I'm not even gonna lie. That imagery is amazing. It really is. And not to say you can't just look at pictures and figure this out, because you can. But I'm telling you, this one, you're going to have to look a little bit at the book and then look at a little bit of the pictures, probably putting it together. It says the sacred river Yangtze eternally flows and changes. Just as the river flows and changes course, you too are evolving in your divine past. Veils and sheaths that once covered your soul light are being washed away. Cleansing by sacred water specifically indicates that your emotional life and your life direction are being purified and healed. Changes in the energy, in the flow of energy within you, and in the momentum of your life path unfolding are imminent. This is exciting. You are growing and changing, and soon your life circumstances will reflect your inner evolution. Now, I like this card because if you pick card number 3, it means you're getting things going. You're getting it going. This is amazing, okay? You are starting to flow. But the problem with this is, even though things feel easier, everything feels like it's on point, on path, things are feeling easier, it doesn't mean that you're going to see the benefit of it today or tomorrow. This is going to take some time, guys. This is kind of like, you know what, when you go when you go rafting, you're going rafting, you put your boat in and you grab your drink and you just lay there, and eventually you'll get to the end. And that's when it's like you have to be in the moment and experience it, because that's what you're doing. But truly, you're not going to get all of the benefits of the changes that you're making now, or you have made, until later on. You're going to have a peace of mind now. You're going to have a little bit of a feel better now. But truly, this is going to be one of those things, when you look at life in a different way in a couple of years, you're going to look back and go, oh my God, I can remember when I started to feel better. I can remember when that shift happened. And that's what this card's about. Okay. Card number 4. Kind of like these cards. They're a little heavy, but I kind of like them. Veil of Shadows. Veil of Shadows. Ooh, I like that card. This, you know what? I like this because honestly, I'm kind of looking at these cards like, oh, they kind of feel kind of heavy, but they're really not. They are, but gosh, they got so much meaning with them. It says the lotus blossoms with deep, rich mud into which she plunges her roots and draws great nourishment. From this mud made of water and earth, growth happens and great beauty is revealed. Your soul lotus thrives through the depth of emotion and aliveness of your body, in which she can plant herself and unfold as a lotus flight. Your soul lotus is blossoming, just like a plant that outgrows the pot in which it has been planted, requires more soil to spread its roots and continue growing. Your soul lotus needs more mud, some more water and earth energy, so that it can grow and shine. In the spiritual world, all things serve. Everything, including our dark emotions and parts of our body that we may not think are acceptable, they're actually good nourishment for your soul. The soul craves to love and be in love with all the parts of you. So basically, this is saying it's like, it's okay. It's okay. If you pick card number 4, and you're like, oh God, DeEtte, I need answers, it's literally saying everything that's going on around you is happening for you. Even though it feels negative, even though it feels hard, even though it feels like, oh my gosh, you are nurturing your soul. You are helping yourself to grow. That's what that card is about. You are just helping yourself to grow, and that's good. It's nourishment for you. So take a moment, and I'm going to tell you, in this card is saying that you need an attitude adjustment. You need to change your attitude, just like your parents might have said to you. You need to look in the mirror and you need to go change your attitude. Why? Because so often we're looking at life going, oh my God, life is just sucking. This is horrible, blah, blah, blah. Instead, you have to flip it around and go, wow, I've lived through worse. I got this. We're going to be okay. This is happening. And then sit back and allow yourself to experience it, because as you're experiencing it, your ideas, your thoughts, your actions, everything's going to begin to change a little bit. So take that and run with that one. Okay, last card of 5-card stud is, they're hard to pull apart when you first get them, the Yin Yin Empress. The Yin Empress. I like that card. I like that card. Oh, card number 40. The Yin Empress brings beauty, prosperity, and success to her beloved devotees. Your sole purpose includes healing and empowerment of the divine feminine, the Yin Empress herself. You gain power, assistance, and untold blessings in following your soul purpose. You are lifted and supported in your sacred work now. You are a spiritual leader and pioneer, a part of what you are here to do for the planet on a soul level. Whatever you are, a man or woman, is to empower the divine feminine, the cosmic Empress Yin, or divine feminine energy, so that we might live in more balance as a species on Earth. The divine feminine is only now making her resurgence on this planet, and many do not understand. Your sacred task, for which you will be richly supported, nourished, and rewarded, is to help live her truths now. In doing so, you are planting seeds of awareness and experience from others to draw from when they are ready to live into her sacred truths. So what is coming apart with this card, and I feel like I could read and read and read. It's basically saying that you need to be true to who you are and not give in to social conditioning that tells you feminine power is not enough. Gosh, this is a deep card, isn't it? This really is a deep card. So when we're looking at this, if you pick card number 5 in the 5-card stud, it says that you need to stand up and be true to you. You need to keep rocking you. You need to look at yourself and say, this is who I am. This is who I know. And this is where I'm going to go forward with. Okay. This is huge for you. Okay. And it's quite beautiful and it's quite evident because it feels like that you might be getting some kickback from other people going, oh, you're doing this wrong, you're doing that wrong, you're doing whatever. And you need to look at them and say, no, I'm doing everything perfectly right. I'm doing everything the way I'm supposed to do it. And I'm going to continue doing it that way. Now, through this, you're going to grow. It doesn't mean that your attitude doesn't get to change. It doesn't mean that life, the way you see things isn't going to change. It doesn't mean it's not going to get better. It just means that the only way you can do things is the way you do it, the way you understand it, and grow within that. So card number 1 was many hands of the goddess. Card number 2 is gates of heaven. Card number 3 is the sacred river Yangtze. Card number 4 was the veil of shadows. And card number 5 was the Yin Empress. Now, when I put all these cards together for this week, I'm looking at this going, whoa. This week feels like it's going to be a week of going through going, oh my gosh, I'm getting pulled a million ways. I don't know if I'm coming or going. So much is happening right now. And truly, it's because you're kind of walking in more of a path that's more you than it's ever been before. But with that being said, you haven't necessarily done this before. You've been kind of doing a pseudo life, and you're starting to really walk into more of who you are. Continue to be that person. Trust that there is help there to help guide you. Pull your energy. It's pulling your energy back to you. Why? Because you're working on this week. This is what you're working on. You're uplifting this and realizing that through this course, you're going to be fine as long as you're following yourself. Don't let the rest of the world tell you who to be or not to be. It's okay. But trust that this week is a lot of growth about you. No matter what it is, whether you're in the fires of California or you're sitting in a bubble bath in New York. This week is about you and your growth. This week is about pushing through, bringing parts of you back so that you feel a little bit more whole and so you can grow and so that you can rock you the best you can. Because nobody can be you right now or ever. That's a heavy deck. Guys, this is a heavy deck. This deck is really, I will tell you what, this is not a deck I would recommend to everybody and anybody. This is a deck, if I seen somebody really going some growth in their life, in their soul, I would hand them this deck and say, here you go. This is what you need. 1 card a day, or throughout the day. When you feel like you need to pull a card, pull that card and see where you're sitting with it. It really is an amazing deck. I won't even tell you. This is truly an amazing deck. But again, it's a heavier deck. With that being said, okay, where are we at this week? Home. That's where we're at this week. Last week after the show, I got called. A friend had an emergency and needed me to help drive to take her to some places, which we did, and it was rocking awesome. It ended up being an amazing weekend because I had the experience of getting pulled to do this, which was awesome. But with that being said, this week we're back on in the office all week. My website is open for scheduling. If you'd like to book this month or next month, feel free to go on and book. Multiple openings are there. Yeah, there you go. I am beginning a class this week, an intermittent class. It's going to be on Wednesdays at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. If it's something you would like to join, please message me at medium@DeEtteRenee.com, or you can go to my website, DeEtte.us, and do the contact page and let me know you want to join. That class is 2 months long, guys, an hour each week. Lots of fun, lots of growth. I will tell you what, it's incredible growth for people that do pop in and do that class. So there you go. Other than that, we're just going to have a beautiful week of growth, a beautiful week of just being in the office and doing what we do best. With that being said, guys, you have a beautiful day, an amazing week, and we will see you next Monday morning here on the Edge Network with School Through Spirit. My name is DeEtte. Have a great day.
There are psychic mediums, but there is nothing like DeEtte. Let's face it, we all struggle time and again. But if you seek the clarity you deserve, then you need to seek DeEtte. As a master teacher, DeEtte studied under international psychic medium Lisa Williams. Together, they not only help DeEtte better tap into spirit, but also build a long-lasting relationship. So many psychics tell us what we want to hear, and that just won't cut it with DeEtte. She tells you what you need to hear. No sugarcoating here. To book a reading with DeEtte is simple. Just visit her website, DeEtte.us. That's DeEtte.us. And follow the Yellow Brick Road to connect with DeEtte. Don't just sit there and ponder those questions. Ask them and let DeEtte guide you every step of the way. You need insight now, and DeEtte can help. Just visit DeEtte.us. That's DeEtte.us.